Hello Gs, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Today we'll discover another part of Benidorm situated here in Rincon de Loix, right near the Sunday's market of Benidorm, which is right here towards our left side, and we will be having a lovely walk down all this area that we did not discover just yet here on the channel. Right near the Sunday's market, there is a lovely cafeteria slash bar that is obviously closed right now since it's night time. However, during the day and early in the morning, they do serve here some nice typical Spanish breakfast or just a type of coffee, tea, toast, sandwiches, snacks, and a lot of other typical Spanish meals. Especially during Sunday, this bar is quite full. So you need to be here early in case you want to get a table on the terrace. We are walking right down the street, which have a name right here just so that you could orient yourself slightly better. And I wanted to show you different areas of Rincon de Loix so that you would see that it's actually really secure to walk down here. This is one of the restaurants slash bars, which is called a barbecue place, since they offer kind of barbecue meals as well. The Black Chicken here, food and takeaway place. This is by Allison and Paul. Place usually open during evening times and on midday. Quite nice food in here, I must say, as we could have heard previously from a lot of people who visited this place on a regular basis. These streets are usually not as busy since on this street we don't have too much of the hotels. We only have residential buildings, as you can see. Basically, there is almost no one walking near us, only some cars passing every now and then. All these streets are quite secure. I know in the previous videos I wanted to show you the upper side of Rincon de Loix, right behind different hotels and apart hotels. And this is basically the same thing, although here we do see even less people during nighttime. Obviously, on these streets, no thefts are happening on a daily basis, so it's quite calm and quiet. You can see sometimes the local neighbors just bringing the garbage out, as right now, for example. You can see people walking out their dogs, or just having a lovely walk or doing some sports outside, especially when the weather is still so nice. So no drinking, no night pubs, no like bad things and negative things are happening in here. Some more cafeterias. This is Cafe Mar Azul, which is basically the blue sea. They do have some nice tapas, typical traditional Spanish tapas, which are croquetas. You have patatas bravas, which are basically like oven baked potatoes with sauce that can be patatas bravas sauce, slightly spicy like tomato sauce slash ketchup thing, plus alioli, which is basically mayo with some garlic. And they do offer quite nice portions of those two for quite a reasonable price. Here we can see some more movement going on. Some people are still returning back home from their day out, or for example from work. This is a very quiet residential area here in a busy and chaotic Rincon de Loix, and there are still a lot of touristic apartments in here. So if you are willing to find a slightly quieter place but you still want to be on Rincon de Loix, this might be the ideal place where you can look for some touristic apartments. And nearby there are a lot of businesses right here on the left side, including an eco shop, which is like a supermarket basically, where you can get a lot of groceries and necessary basic things for you to be able to cook. Prices are quite reasonable and slightly lower than in bigger supermarkets like ecologic bio supermarkets. But still, you can get a nice variety in here for a reasonable price. That's right there in front of us where you can see the supermarket is located. And here you have some more businesses. You have some ATM machines. You have just some typical local businesses where you can top up your SIM card. You can buy a SIM card, for example, just in case you just arrived here and you need a SIM card to be able to talk without any kind of huge extra charges on your phone company. Which is also really nice to buy in here. There are a lot of SIM cards that offer unlimited calls and texts and towards UK and a lot of other third countries. as well as quite a big amount of internet for your mobile phone, so it's quite nice as well. And here on our left side, this is the only area of Rincon de Loix I would say it's slightly more dangerous. On the scale from 1 to 10, I would say it's like a 5-ish, just so that you would know. And why? Because this is a really quiet place. There is literally no one here. Only rarely someone passes quite fast nearby with their dog just walking by. This is a very quiet zone here. There are no businesses at all. There's this old type of river that gathers water when it's raining a lot, which does not happen really often here in Benidorm nowadays, you know. So this is like a desert kind of place, you know, and a lot of people are just afraid to walk here just in case someone is watching around them. And you know, this is where things might actually be stolen, so make sure if you walk down this alley, look around. If there's anyone behind you, just know, be careful. If you see that someone is approaching you fast, just don't bring too much belongings with you, as I usually recommend. But this is like one of the streets where if something might happen, would be happening on these streets, which in the past years was quite common, I must say, here in Rincon de Loix. Right now not so much, but it was happening, so bear that in mind, that this is one of the most dangerous on a scale of 5 from 10, once again, streets here in Rincon de Loix area. And this street basically goes down directly towards the Ahmed Levante Hospital and the cinema, the local cinema from Rincon de Loix, which is open and is available for you guys as well. The only bad thing is that some people ask me on social media if here cinemas do have movies in English. So basically, no. What is happening is that sometimes they do put English subtitles. I know it's not the same as if you would go like to a cinema where they do talk in English, where you can understand everything. However, if you want to experiment what Spanish cinemas are looking like, you can do so as well. This is this building right here in front of us, and it is called Cines Colthi Rincon. Basically, it's called Colthi Cinemas. I'm going to put you the exact name right here. And they have a lot of different buildings around Benidorm. This is one of them. And the other two, one of them is in the shopping mall La Marina, in the shopping center outside Benidorm. And the other one is in Benidorm's city center. This here in particular has been closed. Oh, we just seen Uber driver with a scooter flying past us, better to say. They drive really fast, I must say, so you need to be careful as well. However, this one was driving by the street as it should be. And this one here, this cinema is not typically busy, unless there's some kind of premiere, like very famous movie coming out. But typically this place is extremely quiet. They have quite a lot of different varieties here of cinemas, mostly the same ones, almost the same ones that you can get in the shopping mall. But shopping mall is usually crowded, and this place is really quiet. And obviously here you can buy some popcorn, you can buy some basic things that you usually do in the cinemas. This is how it looks like, more or less, okay? We're not going to be going on the inside. Right now it's closed. Well, obviously because it's not the time of opening, but it's just a small cinema with just a couple of halls, just a couple of salas, we call them, like movie rooms. So not a lot of them in here. And on Tuesday they're also closed. Usually here there are just a couple of people coming by. Here they have all the movies when they'll be happening, and this is the ticket vending place. They have prices, €7, €6.50, more or less. That's how much it costs. If it's a day of movie, like movies day, they do get a discount, so you can get here like for $5 or $4.50 per person. So that's also quite a nice offer. Let us know if you love to visit cinemas when you go somewhere traveling. For example, when you come to Benidorm, if you would love to visit a typical cinema theater here in town, just to see how it's looking like and be a part of the life here of Benidorm. Right nearby Colthi Cinemas, we do have a very, very nice place that we've visited quite a few times. And it's this one right here, which is a bar slash cafeteria. It's open from slightly before midday up until evening time. And it's just really, really nice bar. Here you have quite cheap drinks, and the sandwiches and bocadillos that they make here is just amazing. They have really nice quality food in here, and it's called Hoxton, by the way. It's a low cost bar, which means that that's why they have such low prices. And a lot of people visit it, not only tourists that walk around, but also people who live nearby or people who need to go to the hospital. They just go out and then they have some coffee here. By the way, a typical coffee here costs around €1 or €1.10, something like this. So it's not really a high price. And just for €5, maybe even less than that, you're able to have a huge loaf of bread with meat, cheese, veggies on top of it, plus a drink, which is an amazing deal. And in front we have Loxmar Apartments. They've changed the logo, they've refreshed a little bit the exterior part, and they have some restaurant inside as well, the reception where they can inform you of everything, and right there they have also the common areas with a terrace and some swimming pool. Let's cross the road right now and let's head slightly further on, because I want to show you some more useful things in here. For example, the Benidorm Levante Hospital, which is right there behind the cinemas. This is a private hospital that is situated here in Rincon de Loix, and this is where the majority of you guys would need to go in case something happens during your holidays, okay? So there's a lot of useful information that I got to know when I was working in the Benidorm Levante Hospital in the emergencies department as a receptionist. And there I got to deal with a lot of medical insurances that people do contract, especially British, when they travel outside. So I basically know everything about it, as much as it's possible to know. So right here near, before we head there, there's a second time I can see this grua machine. That red truck, like semi-truck that you've just seen right now, these are the machines these are kind of semi-private companies. They do go around Benidorm town, and if they see that the car is parked incorrectly, that it's parked where it shouldn't be, what they do basically is they just tow it away to the municipal, towed cars parking lot, a huge parking space, and then they just leave you a note like, you need to go this and this place. There you need to pay a fine. It might be like 100, €150, depends on a company, and then you can recover your car back. This is basically how they do their business. So right now we are on one of the free parkings right here near the hospital Benidorm Levante. They had another parking right near the hospital. However, right now they're building a second block, huge building near this first one. So they're basically expanding probably about twice the size that they are right now. And this is the only parking left so far. Downstairs, they do have a parking below the building. However, before it was used just for doctors and for people who are coming here for work. So it was not available for patients. I wish it would be, because it would be way easier to come to this place. Right near the parking here on the left, we do have a football field, which is where a lot of the matches are happening too, which is where a lot of children are playing, and different tournaments are between the groups. This is how the hospital Benidorm Levante is looking from its backside. And here on the left, we do have the emergency department. This is where you would need to go in case something happens. Emergency department is available for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is how it's called, urgencias. This is emergency, okay? To the emergency here in Spain, people go not only when it's really bad situation, when someone is barely alive, not only then. To the emergency here in Spain, we can go whenever something urgent happened. Obviously, twisted your ankle, whenever you cut yourself, even though it's not a lot, whenever you need something, but you cannot wait for the doctor, like just a typical doctor, family doctor, to attend you. This is when people go to emergency department. And right here on the top, you have another access to the hospital. And this one is basically for just normal consultations, or when you don't really know where to go, you just access through here. At night, this entrance is actually closed. By the way, right there in front, huge building, that's the Levante Club Hotel. So this entrance is usually closed at night. You would need to go downstairs through the emergencies to get inside of the hospital. Here, whenever you go with your private insurance, I'm at Levante Hospital works with the majority of the private insurances from UK and all other countries in the world. Basically, they have way more contracts with private insurances that hospital clinic Benidorm does. So this is probably where you will need to go. Whenever you need to go to the hospital, please bring your passport. That's just an advice as a former worker that I can give you. Bring your passport, or at least a copy of the passport. Bring your insurance papers, whatever you have, bring it. If it's on your phone, bring your phone with you. If it's printed, bring it printed. Bring up some money or a card just in case, because some of the insurances, they have a waiver that you would need to pay, like excess, or an excess waiver if you don't need to pay anything. But if you have an excess, sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small, so you would need to pay for it just to get attended in here, and all the rest of costs will be covered by your insurance normally if it's a good insurance. Right here you can see where the former parking lot of hospital was. And right now, all this is going to be a huge, massive building, which is where there's going to be way more operation rooms, way more consultations for doctors. So it's going to be, I cannot believe it. Is that the same tow car that we just seen a couple of minutes ago passing near us? Yep, that's the same one. See, they're just wandering around to see what they can catch here on the streets of Benidorm. That's their business, that's their bread, basically. So yeah, bring everything that you can with you to the hospital. However, hopefully you won't need to use that at all, and you'll be having a lovely and amazing holiday here in Benidorm without any kind of issues. But just in case, you need to know this information. And not a lot of people speak about it and explain it, so I do feel that it's going to be very useful for you guys. Here are some more streets. We are right behind the Hotel Levante Club. That's the one that is only I cannot say, well, I can say that it's adults only, but legally they cannot state it's adults only, so we need to say that it's recommended for adults. And mostly adults are visiting this place right now. So we are right behind it, and as you can see, in the evening, this place is already way quieter. Right now, the busy areas of Benidorm are obviously the central streets, the Mediterranean Avenue, Rincon de Loix going towards the Levante Beach, or the Old Town / city center. These are the busiest streets right now in the middle of autumn, and will be the same thing in winter. Only in summer and like peak season here in Benidorm for tourism is when you will be able to see a lot of people wandering down every single street here in Benidorm. So everywhere it's going to be busy looking. Right now it's way quieter, so mostly locals are wandering down these streets, basically because there is nothing in here except for a few hotels and a hospital. This is a private parking of Hotel Levante Club in here as well, and I'm gonna try my best, and for the next season we will have prepared for you guys a lot more hotels to check for, just in case you still did not plan your holidays here in Benidorm town. Right there in front we have a lot of famous bars that we did see here as well on the channel, which is Tropical Bar, the Sinatra's, but this one is Sinatra's Premium, I think it's called, if I'm not wrong. A lot of typical bars that British love, and not only British, a lot of Spanish tourists that have been coming to Benidorm for decades are also visiting these lovely places. And right here we have the entrance towards the Hotel Levante Club, and I just love this place. This kind of feels like one of these flowers that you can blow and they're just flying away like parachutes. I'm gonna put you here the picture of what I mean. So this like water cascade reminds me of that every time that I pass here nearby. This is the official entrance. It's not as busy any longer. Obviously, this hotel is just gigantic. It's giant, enormous hotel. So obviously you can see when the hotel is not as full. Although there are still some people here on the terraces enjoying some lovely drink and enjoying the night lights of Benidorm town. In front you have the Flamingo Oasis as well. The hotel has been refurbished partially and made some major improvements, I must say, especially on the upper terrace, in the restaurant, lobby and common areas. So I have these videos here on the channel as well, and I'll leave them linked down below so that you could check these out, just in case if you're planning your holiday in the Flamingo Oasis Hotel in Benidorm. And nearby there's also Hotel Melia that is right here towards our right side. As you can see, it's getting slightly chilly, so way more people are walking with long pants. You know, they're just bringing some cardigans or something with them because it's not as warm as during daytime. By the way, just so that you could orient yourselves on what to bring to your holidays, on midday it's still quite nice outside, so you might be okay with a t-shirt. However, in the morning and late evening, at night, it's getting quite chilly already. So for those time of the days, bring longer pants, bring some slightly more closed shoes, but not winter ones, and some cardigans, something, you know, to just cover you up in case you will be feeling chilly. And if not, you can always use local shops where you can buy some quite affordable clothing for you to use during your holidays. This is how Benidorm's Rincon de Loix part, central part, is looking like. As you can see, it's safe. People are wandering around, exploring. There's not as many people, but it's still very, very nice to enjoy the streets of Rincon de Loix in Benidorm. Thank you all for watching today's video. Wish you a lovely day. And if you will be coming shortly to Benidorm town, I hope you'll be having an amazing time, explore a lot, visit a lot of the places that we've showed you here on the channel. And I hope you'll be having some safe holidays in Benidorm and get some nice memories from your stay in here. And we will see each other tomorrow with a new video here on the channel Benidorm by Anna, showing you some interesting and useful information as well as amazing views from Benidorm town. See you tomorrow. Bye.